When I was 6 years old, I was told that Jesus loved me so much that he died for me and that I was going to go to hell if I didn't sign this contract saying that I would love him and that he's my savior. And this is, let me explain, 6 years old. Now, there wasn't actually a contract put in front of me saying you will love Jesus or you will go to hell, because obviously anyone in their right mind would realize that giving that sort of contract to a 6-year-old is pure insanity. And that anyone kind of suggesting to a 6-year-old, and that unless they believed something like that they were going to go to this hell, which is this fiery, burning, ever painful place ruled over by the devil and Satan and Beelzebub and Lucifer, all the rest of his names, her names, who knows. But that's not just insane, that's fucked up. If you tell that to a 6-year-old, then you are literally trying to beat them into submission. Now, that's my experience. Now, that was done by people who are severely damaged and had been severely damaged by their parents who had made them sign the same contract. Okay, that's fine. Now, this is not a general rant on Christianity, and I will say that I've read that book, the same book that I was beaten with, metaphorically. It's like, pick a page. See, you should be ashamed of yourself. I've read that book. It's got some good stuff in it. That's the stuff that was left out in my kind of religious education. Having read it, I can see, wow, it's like the other great books in the world. It's like the Bhagavad Gita. It's like, the Upanishads and all the rest of it. They have these wonderful, and at the very core of the book that I never wanted to read or touch again because it had been used as a weapon against me to increase my shame, so that I would always believe in what I had been told originally, and that was that I am essentially a shameful person and I should be consistently ashamed of myself and I'm going to hell unless I believe this, this, and this. Now, actually, having read the Bible, I can see that this, and this that I was sold is not actually what's in there. It's an interpretation of people who interpreted something else, who interpreted something else, who interpreted something else. That's why the Bible has 180 versions. You know, they say it's versions. It's like, this was the original. No one knows that the Ethiopian Bible is the original one that we can fathom. That's a long way old. This is the original. This is a new version. 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 And it's like Chinese whispers, gets lost in translation. Add into that there were many, 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 many more books of the Bible. Hang on, but there's only 66. No, actually, there were many more books of the Bible, but a politically appointed council called the Council of Nicaea, which happened in AD 325. So that's, let me get this right. That's, hang on, it's like 1600 years ago. 1600 years ago, there was a group of politicians who got together and said, this Jesus dude was caused a lot of trouble. And the people have written a lot of stuff about him. And now there's this kind of conflict between people who don't believe in the Christian stuff and people that do believe in the Christian stuff. And we've got massive amounts of civil unrest going on. And we need to make a decision on this. So they took a couple of years to make a decision on which books should be included in the Bible. A whole bunch of dudes who were politicians made a decision over a long time of which books should go in the Bible. And it's like, what? Hang on. And that was effectively the start of the Catholic Church? Why was I not told this? Here's the thing. Empowerment is in understanding how in a situation I can feel powerless. 6-year-old, I am powerless. It's beyond the age of, it's before the age of reasoning. So I can't actually say to people at that time, you know what, there's a few things that are missing in this contract. It just doesn't make sense because I'm 6 years old. I'm 42 years old now, okay? And I've done a lot of reading and stuff, and it's like, huh. So I can see that there are, from this book, some wonderful stuff. But actually I can see how some of it can be interpreted as a way to hold people in a certain dynamic. I was told that any tool that's held right can be held as a weapon. Any tool held in the right way can be used as a weapon. That means that this wonderful book of learning can also be used to beat me around the head, metaphorically or physically. Okay, that makes sense. But actually, when I dig into it myself, then I start learning the stuff that the dude and lots of other people, because the book is about lots of things. And I'm not expunging that you should be a Christian or that you shouldn't be a Christian, or that I'm just reading what's in the thing going, at its heart it says you should do unto others what I want done to me. I'm like, that makes sense. That I should be ashamed of myself stuff, I'm still trying to find it in there. I can't just... so I think that they may have misunderstood. Anyway, that's my empowerment. It's like, okay, but if I'm still being told that, or if there are people still going, and it's like, yeah, it has no basis. This was missed out of the contract. Contract is null and void. I get to choose what I believe these days. And the feeling of disempowerment is in holding that idea that I don't get to choose, that actually the beliefs that were given to me, that I have to stick with them. That's a feeling of disempowerment. If you're in a situation and you don't know what to do, I find the greatest thing is to call someone, call one of my friends, because I'm stuck in this limited consciousness. And my friend will go, dude, it's because you've got a whole bunch of fear going on, and if you just do this, and I'm going to go, I can't do that. That's like massively scary. And he's like, yeah, but is the fear real? And I'm like, And then I realized that fear comes from a 6-year-old who was sold a contract which is based on insanity. And I'm like, as a 42-year-old man, maybe that fear isn't real. And then I take the action, and then my worst fears don't come true. Or if they do come true, then somehow it's still all right. Einstein said you can't solve a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. For me, that means that when I'm stuck in that fear dynamic, I need to call a friend and say, dude, I need some help. And I do this regularly because my life is... I'm on a spiritual awakening journey, and that means that I've got all the possible fears I could ever possibly imagine coming up. And I get to deal with them, because then I come into line with my highest self. Spiritual awakening is a painful process so that I can learn to live in a way that I'm in line with the true values that I want to live. And I can take that from that book or a whole bunch of other books. And what I need to do is distinguish out the bullshit that I was sold versus the wonderful things that are in these things. And I get to choose for myself. That is empowerment. It's taking responsibility for my own actions. And if anyone else wants to put their own sanity onto me, I'm going to say, not my monkey, not my circus. Please deal with your own stuff. If you know narcissists, then you'll be talking about something else, and then you'll realize that 30 seconds has gone by and the entire conversation has been switched to something else that you did 35 years ago. That's insane. For me, empowerment is asking what I can do in this moment. And right now I'm making a video because actually my recovery from Hashimoto's disease, extreme hypothyroidism, thyroid, throat chakra kind of blockage. Look at my astral charts, it's all there. It's like I'm here to show up and talk and kind of process, and which is what I'm doing. That's why I'm making this video. I hope it was useful. If you want to see more videos like this, hit this button here. And actually, if you want, I made a meditation, to get over, it's for me, bring me down from DEFCON 5 when I'm feeling a lot of fear. It's releasing fear meditation. If you want to find out about that, it's in the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.